Ferrari's 2025 season. Tension, turmoil, and unanswered questions. No race wins. Behind McLaren by almost 240 points. Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champ, calling the SF25 the most difficult car he's ever driven. But coming into Spa, Ferrari is putting their reputation on the line with a brand new rear suspension upgrade designed to restore 0.3 per lap. And maybe, just maybe, reignite a dying season. Will it bring Ferrari back into the championship fight? Or is it too little, too late? Stay with us. Spa may decide Ferrari's fate. After shifting the cockpit, engine, and fuel tank rearwards for the SF25, Ferrari sacrificed optimal suspension geometry. That sacrifice resulted in chronic ride height instability. The car struggled with rear damping and excessive plank wear from the first lap in Australia. As a result, both Hamilton and Leclerc were frequently left running compromised ride heights, sacrificing downforce and forcing conservative modes on setup. China saw them both disqualified from the sprint and race due to plank infringement. Clear evidence the chassis simply can't be run as low as rivals. There were incremental positives. A floor upgrade in Austria brought long-awaited downforce, and Silverstone showed a step forward, especially for Hamilton, though the car remains behind McLaren by approximately 0.3 to 0.4 seconds per lap. Still, Ferrari remains second in constructors, trailing McLaren by around 238 points. That leads us to Spa. Ferrari is introducing a pull rod rear suspension upgrade here, designed to restore lower ride heights and eliminate aerodynamic porpoising sensitivity. The idea is to expand the car's operational window, letting the team avoid reverting to conservative setups. Lewis Hamilton. In Silverstone, we have low-speed understeer. The car is as quick as those ahead on actual pure pace, but we're probably having to do a little bit too far, making the car a bit more peaky. At Jeddah, I haven't been comfortable at all. I go slower through the corners. Post-Mugello testing. We're working hard behind the scenes to understand the car's limits and recover lost ground. Charles Leclerc. We need to do something for our steering wheel in those slick conditions. Heavy steering complaints dating back to Saudi before Hamilton joined Ferrari. At Silverstone, we have improvements that will fix some weaknesses, help in certain phases of the corner. But after Mugello, I didn't find a big difference. It's not as extreme as what Mercedes did. Technical focus Loic Serra, Ferrari's former Mercedes tech recruit, led the Mugello filming day. Sources say he and Deputy Boss D'Ambrosio were cautiously optimistic, noting improved ride height control. But veteran analyst Gary Anderson noted the upgrade is less radical than expected and may require perfect implementation to work. Ex-driver Jolyon Palmer described it as a potential silver bullet, though Spa's tricky sprint format could limit the car's development opportunity. This upgrade is Ferrari's last gamble on the 2025 campaign. 0.3 per lap isn't just speed, it's about confidence. Lower ride heights unlock the full ground effect platform, giving drivers the ability to push deeper into tires, later on brakes, and go much faster through mid-corner traps. If it works, Hamilton gains front-end trust and might snag pole or podiums. Just ask Jolyon Palmer. The lower you run it, the quicker you go. For Leclerc, who has struggled for qualifying pace, this could unlock a more aggressive setup, less understeer carryover, and more chance to fight up front. But there are high risks. It's a sprint weekend, meaning only 1 hour of practice to validate a brand new component. If Ferrari misreads the setup window, they risk qualifying disasters, plank wear revelations, or blown rear ends. Spa's reputation for flattening cars with its compressions, like Eau Rouge, will put the ride height stability to the ultimate test. A good performance might legitimately put Ferrari within striking distance of McLaren, but a failure could seal the fate of 2025. Hamilton versus Leclerc. Inside the Ferrari garage lies an underlying story, not just of upgrades, but ego. Hamilton is a tactician, favoring precision and feedback loops. Leclerc is more instinctual. A successful Spa weekend could swing team morale and overtook power leverage for head-to-head races. Hamilton is already thinking long-term, reportedly saying, "I may need to sit down with the people designing next year's car. Some elements of this car cannot go into the following year." Leclerc, while messaging uncanny optimism, expresses frustration at not seeing top-tier results. His first true Ferrari win is still elusive. Team's dilemma: Fred Vasseur has to balance between now and next year. Ferrari is not throwing in the towel, but internal pressure is high. If Spa flops, the pragmatic shift to 2026 becomes inevitable. Technical struggle. Hiring Sarah from Mercedes signals. Ferrari knows the problem is deep, and cross-department coordination is essential. Spa is a litmus test, not just for 2025, but for 2026's philosophy. Scenario A. It works. Spa ride height stability is strong. Both drivers compete for poles. Cup-winning form returns, podiums become realistic. Ferrari locks in a strong constructors finish and rebuilds momentum. Scenario B. Partial success. Hamilton gains pace, but Leclerc doesn't, or vice versa. Team is competitive enough to stay P3, but not threat to McLaren. Rival power dynamics intensify. Ferrari's development split doubles driver tension. Scenario C. It fails. Struggles at Spa confirm the upgrade didn't solve root issues. No path forward in 2025. Team pivots to 2026 full bore. Driver morale drops. Contract pressures escalate into winter reshuffles. Looking further ahead, Spa could also send technical principles into 2026 preparatory stage, especially if lessons learned here apply to the new era chassis. Meanwhile, trackside heat will light up if both Ferrari leaders publicly start pointing fingers, making Vasseur's leadership test even harder. Duel through Eau Rouge, Spa compression tests ride height limits like no other corner in F1. If Ferrari's revision can keep the SF25 stable over Rédillon, consider that the ultimate stamp of success. Sprint weekend pressure. Only 60 minutes of practice. Ferrari has almost zero room for error. One spike in plank wear or ride height miscalculation could cost them half the weekend. Steering upgrade in pipeline beyond rear suspension. Ferrari is reportedly working on a power steering tweak for Hungary, responding to both drivers' heavy steering complaints. If that combines with suspension success, Ferrari hits a sweet spot. Psychological win for drivers. A performance weekend at Spa might shift the driver balance. Hamilton regains faith, Leclerc believes again, and Alpine gets a middle child remix. Could 2026 plans rest on this weekend's outcome? McLaren's shadow McLaren's form is strong, and unless something dramatic changes, Ferrari needs at least one race win in the bank. Spa could be their summer window. Ground effect philosophy: Spa's success or failure will show whether Ferrari's engineering vision is long-term legit. Sarah's upgrade philosophy may determine whether next year's challenger is built off this evolution or from scratch. Spa is more than another race. It's Ferrari's reckoning weekend. The rear suspension upgrade may bring 0.3 per lap, may stabilize ride height permanently, could be the spark Hamilton and Leclerc need, finally giving Ferrari a true shot. But if it fails, the 2025 season unravels, and Ferrari pivots to full-scale 2026 development. Bad decisions now, and they gamble away both momentum and driver morale. What do you think? Is this upgrade Ferrari's missing piece, or just one patch on a fundamentally flawed car? Could Spa mark a revival or final decline? Drop your verdict in the comments, and don't forget, next watch our deep dive into Ferrari's 2026 car and engineering blueprint. Click the video on screen now.